All right, let's jump right into this. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to unpack something that honestly sounds like an absolute nightmare to the modern teenager. We're talking about a complete 100% digital detox. We're going to walk through a completely fascinating experiment where 5 teens voluntarily locked away their smartphones for 10 full days. No social media, no group chats, definitely no endless scrolling. It was just them, the real world, and some seriously eye-opening data that we get to look at today.
So I got to ask you right off the bat and be honest with yourself here. Could you survive 10 days without your smartphone? Just take a second and think about your own daily digital reliance. We use these little rectangles in our pockets for absolutely everything, right? Alarms, getting around town, talking to friends, working, relaxing. And for teenagers today, this connection is just on a whole other level. They've grown up with this technology completely woven into every single facet of their lives. So the idea of just giving it up, it's not just a minor inconvenience for them, it's genuinely daunting.
To really get why this experiment is so absolutely crucial, we have to look at where these kids were starting from. The baseline is wild. Before the detox even began, one of the teens made this staggering confession. Their screen time was hitting 10 to 15 hours a day. Think about that for a second. That means literally almost every waking hour was spent staring at a screen. Some of them even admitted they'd just endlessly scroll in bed until they heard someone's door open in the morning. Their phones were basically running 24/7. This was a really extreme level of digital immersion. And look, we can't just single out these 5 participants. This is way bigger than them. Over 60% of all teens find it incredibly difficult to cut back on their screen time. Honestly, it's not surprising. Actually, scratch that. It makes complete sense when you think about it. It's a widespread generational challenge. This tech is literally built from the ground up to keep us hooked. It's their hub for hanging out, playing games, and doing homework. So that struggle to just turn it off, it is completely normalized today. Okay, so the detox starts, and the teens are handed these super basic, old school Nokia brick phones. You know the ones, just for emergency calls, no apps. And man, the clash between what they expected to happen and what actually happened was huge. They kind of thought they'd just lie around, maybe scroll some imaginary TikTok in their heads and relax because they felt so drained. But the reality? Pure inconvenience. Like one guy tried to go skimboarding at the beach but couldn't check the wind or the tide on his brick phone. He ended up getting lost, catching exactly 0 waves in muddy water and getting totally frustrated. But here is where it gets really cool. As that initial boredom and frustration peaked, something amazing happened. They suddenly had to find creative ways to fill up those 10 to 15 empty hours a day. And they actually discovered some highly engaging offline alternatives. They started reading full-length books instead of just swiping through YouTube shorts. One girl took her dog for these long, rambling walks without the pressure of having to snap the perfect picture for Instagram. Another invited a friend over to cook a pepper lunch entirely from memory. Because they weren't staring down at their screens, they actually talked, they bonded, and they felt this real sense of shared accomplishment. And you know what? Those benefits quickly bled right into their schoolwork. One of the teens had this huge realization. Usually she'd put a teacher's lecture on in the background while actively watching videos on her phone. Because of all those digital distractions, her homework would drag out for half a day, sometimes a full day. But during the detox, that exact same workload took her just 30 minutes. 30 minutes! Her concentration completely skyrocketed because the main thing distracting her was just gone. So, hearing about this massive, dramatic boost in focus naturally leads us to a pretty big question. Did the detox actually change their brains? Because it's one thing to hear these great anecdotes about finding new hobbies and finishing homework faster, but the researchers running this experiment wanted the hard science. They really wanted to know if a forced break from all that constant visual and cognitive overstimulation could tangibly improve how their brains functioned in just 10 short days. To figure this out, the researchers ran a series of cognitive tests before and after the detox. One of the main tools they used was the Stroop test. If you haven't heard of it, it's this classic cognitive test that measures focus and attention. It's kind of like a giant puzzle for your brain. It tests how well you can stop yourself from making an automatic response. Like imagine looking at the word red, but it's printed in blue ink. You have to force your brain to say the color blue instead of just automatically reading the word red. It requires intense concentration to switch those rules in your head. Now let's look at the actual numbers here because the data is incredibly revealing. Before the detox, Jarius scored a 31 on the Stroop test. After just 10 days of no smartphone, his score bumped up to a 37. Wei went from a 23 to a 30. We are seeing these undeniable, clear-cut improvements across the board. In just 10 days, their ability to tune in, process new info, and actually hold their attention improved measurably. But the researchers didn't just rely on paper tests.
They actually strapped on these FNIRS devices to monitor the teen's physical brain activity. These devices measure changes in oxygen levels in the brain while you're doing a task. Pre-detox, the brain scans showed a whole lot of sluggish yellows and greens. That means lower oxygen levels and way less cognitive engagement. But post-detox? Boom! Their brains lit up in these vibrant oranges and reds. This meant their brains were physically receiving more oxygen. They weren't just practicing and getting better at a test. Their brains were literally locking into the tasks with so much more focus.
And alongside these massive cognitive upgrades, the physical relief the teens felt was profound. Just listen to this quote from one participant. Their sleeping schedule got better and their eyes stopped hurting. All that excessive screen time causes terrible visual and cognitive overstimulation, which is exactly why it's notoriously hard for teenagers to fall asleep at night. But once the screens were out of the picture, their chronic headaches faded away and all that awful eye strain completely vanished. What's really cool is how they actively found healthier ways to unwind. One guy realized that watching Netflix in bed was actually draining his energy rather than relaxing him. So he swapped it out and just started using a simple radio for background noise to fall asleep. Because of that one change, he went from surviving on maybe 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night to achieving a solid 8 hours. Overall, these kids reported feeling significantly more creative, vastly less stressed, and they were finally giving their brains the real rest and recovery they so desperately needed. Okay, but here's the real test, right? What happened when the 10 days were over and they got their precious smartphones back? Did they just rebound and go right back to their old habits? Well, let's look at where they were 2 months after the experiment ended. Sure, the first couple of days they had to catch up on a massive influx of notifications, but the long-term impact? Undeniable. Remember the teen clocking 10 to 15 hours a day? 2 months later, he's averaging around 8 hours. Others dropped from 6 hours a day down to just 1 or 3 hours. They voluntarily slashed their own usage, all on their own.
And they managed this because they developed some genuinely brilliant, healthy new habits. One of the teens came up with this perfectly simple strategy to keep himself off his phone, and it doesn't require any nagging or strict parental locks. Step 1, he just lets his phone battery die naturally after he gets home from school. Step 2, he flat out refuses to charge it right away. He just leaves it dead on the counter. Step 3, he enjoys the uninterrupted break so he can focus on his exams and actually relax. It is such a remarkably smart, organic way to break that cycle of constant connectivity.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer today. And as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final, provocative thought to chew on. What could you accomplish if you took 10 days off? We've seen the data, right? Better sleep, higher cognitive engagement, skyrocketing productivity, and these deeply restored real-world relationships. Look, the digital world isn't going anywhere, but maybe it's time we all ask ourselves, what kind of untapped potential is just waiting for us when we finally decide to look up from the screen? Thank you so much for joining me today, and I really hope this sparks some amazing offering adventures for you.